Next, apply for financing. And we're going to go. I'm going to give Kenton we're going to talk a little bit more about what the lenders are really looking for here towards the end. But who you choose as a lender is just as important, if not more important, than who you choose as a realtor. Kenton, how long is your average loan officer stay in the business?
Well,
your average.
Average, probably less than 24 months.
24 months, and that depends on if rates spike and then there's no more refinancing going on. Yeah, I used to own a mortgage company, so I know what that's all about. And that's why we met and why we see eye to eye. He knows that I used to own a mortgage company, so he knows that we see this. We see the same. We come from the same language. But what happens is most of these realtors and lenders are in the business for less than 2 years, and what happens is that you get a mortgage that might be 30 years. So they may be long gone before you ever pay that mortgage off. So what you want to do is find a highly recommended, reputable lender, and not an interest rate quote. You don't shop interest rates, because if you shop long enough, you'll get a rate quote that is what you want to hear. That 3.99% from Ditech. Oh, that's right. Ditech is from the West Coast, and they're not in business anymore. Is eLoan still in business? I don't know. What you want to deal with is a local lender who has a vested interest in the people involved. Okay, Kenton has a vested interest because I give him a lot of business in making sure my clients are happy. Phyllis has a vested interest in being a great title lady because I'm going to bring her more and more business. Even the builders have a vested interest in keeping me as their real estate representative that's bringing clients to them happy. Okay, because what happens is you may only get one loan or buy one house in a lifetime, and I bring them a bunch of business. So they have to keep the you guys happy, get you the best rate. You'll get the best rate if you find the best lender. Okay, and so. That's the thing. Don't shop interest rates because they change daily and they change hourly. Okay, and you're just wasting your time. I call them in the morning. Rates are here. Bond market crashes, and it's now the rates are here. How can you keep up with it? I call them every day. What are the rates today? Because I can't keep up with it. If you really want to find out which direction mortgages are moving, follow the 10-year bond market. Their yields. Okay, the yields on 10-year bonds are going to be moving pretty much in line with mortgage-backed securities. So I go to money.com and I look on the front and it says one of those little lines at the very top on the front page of money.com is the 10-year bond yield. And I can tell which direction rates are going to move. Pretty much, right? 10-year bond yields, what we ask. I always ask them, which way is the bond market? It's close. It's not always right. But if you really want to act smart when you're shopping for a loan, say, how's the bond market doing? Right? Seriously. Okay. All right, your lender will be looking at your income, assets, and your liabilities. And that's all done now electronically via a quick app. And that's just a quick app to get you what we call pre-approval. And that really just looks at your credit, how much cash you have to be able to close, and then your income and your job. And you really need that pre-approval letter before you go out and look at houses. Did I say it? Before you go out and look at houses. First of all, you might qualify for a lot more than you thought, and you might find your payments are a lot lower than you thought, or you might find out that you don't qualify as much, and you're going to waste your realtor's time going out and looking at houses you don't qualify for. So the first step really, once you get to past that decision, the consultation with the realtor and everything, is to apply for financing. Okay. All right. Search for and find the property. Okay, now we made the decision. We're going to buy the house. All right, we've consulted with our professionals. We've got everything lined up. We've got our loan pre-approval in hand, which is like having a suitcase full of money. Okay, and now we're ready to go out and search for and find the property. Okay, and you'll tour a number of neighborhoods, and there'll be a lot of factors and considerations. And what it also means is there's going to be compromises on this. So it's a world of compromise, but it's also a process of elimination. And you'll find out that the process of elimination happens pretty quick. Will was talking about he had very specific needs. Can I pick on you? Okay. He's a big guy. He wants to work out. So he wants a community that has an on-site workout facility. Okay. He wants to take advantage of the zero down that's available, and that's USDA. and he wants his, wants to make sure that he gets his $8,000 free money from the government. So that narrows it down to particular neighborhoods, and he wants to be in the Round Rock School District. Okay. That narrows it down and makes it real easy, and so we have a very, very fine targeted market. There's a lot of homes out there, but once again, then we go out and search for them, we go through the properties and pick through them, and we make compromises, and we say no to a lot, okay? But usually when we go out and searching for the properties, first time we go out, we probably look at 5 to 12 houses. 5, 7, 8 houses. Usually it takes, people ask me how many houses you usually look at. Usually less than 20 houses. Because what happens is, once you get into the parameters that you're looking at, all of a sudden they all start looking, you start measuring the values of which ones are really good deals and which ones aren't, and you'll find that the really good deals are the ones that are selling because all the other buyers are out there with their agents and they're measuring them. So what we do is we ask you on your, when you're going through the community is and the house itself, as I'll ask you, let's grade this thing on a scale from 1 to 10. And the reason is that it gets you start thinking which ones on your tour. You look at 12 houses in one day, that's a lot. You start forgetting which ones were the ones you really liked. So I ask you, which ones, what on a scale of 1 to 10, I ask Will this, on a scale of 1 to 10. It's a 7, it's a 6, a 5, it's a 6, it's a 5. We don't need to go look at the 5s and the 0s anymore. They're gone, they're off the list. But if we've got an 8 or a 9, and we got 2 or 3 of them, we're getting close to a 10, we're going to go back and look at those 3 on a different day, oftentimes, unless we've made a decision. Go back and look at those 3 on a different day in a different light and see what, and then pick from there. And sometimes that doesn't work out. But we've made some run at some properties, and we want a good deal, wants to get it done right. So there's pros and cons between new and resale. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on the difference between new and resale, but the new homes, the best deals you can get are what they call spec homes. Those are speculative homes that they're building right now or have been sitting inventory for a while. Okay, those are your best deals. You have to be very careful right now which builders you deal with. Why? Some of them are going out of business. Some of them gone out of business. Some of the greatest builders in town, I mean, as far as I was concerned, build a great product. Newmark Homes, gone. Mercedes, gone. Kimball Hill, gone. Okay, you got to be very careful. That's why you need an expert that knows and keeps track of what's happening. We know which builders are on, quote, on the ropes. In other words, finance industry's been tough on it. We also know the builders that are really strong. We know them. So, and keep in mind, those on-site agents are looking for somebody to make a sale in that neighborhood. They're not going to tell you, even if their own builder has a better house that fits your needs better down in the other subdivision down the street that's the same builder even, or a different builder, they're not going to tell you about it. But your buyer's agent will. That's our job, is to process of elimination, finding the best property for you. And keep in mind, even people working for the same company won't tell you there's a better house just down the street. Okay?